This is Cody's Bait and Tackle, Warsaw, Missouri. I'm going to give a little bit of a fishing report here. I tried to do it this morning. Was too busy in here to get it done. So I'm going to try now that everything's slowing down. As far as crappie, I'll start off below the dam. As far as crappie, the best bite's been of an evening off the rocks. Jigs mostly, tight lining double jig rigs. I went down one evening, caught a limit in about 40-45 minutes, throwing a slip cork, just 2 8-ounce jig heads on it, about 12 foot deep. That was a pretty good bite that evening. Went back the next morning, nothing but white bass. So the white bass are kind of spotty. One day they'll catch a bunch of them, next day will be kind of slow, same way with crappie. You just got to go down there and fish. Usually if one's not biting, the other one is. So just go down there, give it a try. I did hear of a few crappie coming off minnows closer to the banks. Not last night, the night before. Last night I didn't hear much, but the rain was moving in. Just didn't hear a lot of reports back. The dead water's still really good. Jigs, minnows now. A lot of good crappie in there, a lot of short crappie too you got to weed through. Seemed like for me, the crappie down there on the river wanted the baits moving a little bit. They did not want them just sitting still. They wanted that bait moving, 0.3, 0.4 mile an hour. If I was sitting still, it seemed like I was just catching short fish. If I was moving, keeping that bait moving a little bit, I was catching the bigger fish. The depth all depends on the time of day and where you're at in there. A lot of the time they was down close to the bottom. Some days they might only be 12 or 14 foot deep. It just varied. Every day was a little bit different. So white bass, hybrids, they're spotty. Just small swim baits, crappie jigs, 3-inch sliders, the small Kitex, stuff like that. Have not heard any topwater jerkbait action down there yet. I would say after this rain, it's not going to be far off. Maybe next week, probably be about right for that. Walleye, the only walleye I've really heard of being caught was just one here and one there. Most of them at nighttime or right at dark. I've been hearing of a few being caught. As far as catfish down there, they're pretty slow. I've seen a few caught up by the fence, a couple good overs. Nothing crazy, 20-25 pounds about it. A few eaters here and there, nothing real good. As far as on downriver, most of the catfish I'm seeing caught is people fishing where they've been cleaning spoonbill. There's always going to be catfish around them spoonbill piles. Further downriver, as far as spoonbill, pretty well you got to be from the 75 mile marker down, and they are very scattered out. You'll find a few little pods of fish, 8 or 10 fish to a pod, but that's about all you're going to see. And that's a bigger pod right now. Most of it's just a lot of single fish roaming around. You got to cover a lot of water, move fast, or live scope. As far as Truman, crappie have come up on the banks real spotty. Earlier in the week they come up in several areas and they backed off, then they started to come back up. The nights was just getting down too cold to keep them there, so it pushed them right back out. This cold rain we're getting right now tonight, it's going to push them back out. My prediction, I would say that first week of May is going to be probably the peak of the crappie spawn. It looks like mid upper 70s all week. And the nights finally getting up in the 50s. So I'd say by next weekend they'll be coming up on the banks pretty good. Probably a lot of males. The ones that was being caught on the banks was all great big males from what everybody told me. I never did go up there and fish that bite. I pretty well stayed on Lake of the Ozarks. As far as white bass hybrids on Truman, I have not heard of anything. Heard of a few being caught up the Sac River, headed up towards Stockton. Not very many. I've not heard of any coming off the main lake yet. I'm hoping this week I get to go up there and look a little bit if we can get some days that ain't super windy. As far as catfish up there, upper Grand is still pretty good, Sparrowfoot. After all this rain, it looks, I think the 15-day forecast right now, we got 10 days of rain in the next 15 days. I would, if there's any water at all coming in any of them creeks, I'd go fish a creek bite. Fish where that fresh water's coming in, there'll be bait there, there'll be fish there. Like I said, that upper Grand, that current bite should be good. And then, of course, Osceola, Roscoe, everywhere they're cleaning spoonbill up there, Tally Bend, there'll be catfish there. That's pretty well your best bet on Truman right now. Crappie on Truman, your creek mouths, your pea gravel pockets, like I said, jigs and minnows both. I've had people tell me that when they was catching them on the banks, they'd catch them for a little while on jigs, they'd just quit, not a bite. They'd switch over to minnows and they'd start catching them again. So it sounds like it's about half and half. Jigs and minnows and mostly evening up there. I heard of some daytime and some morning real spotty stuff, but not any good bank reports other than of an evening. And like I said, this cold rain is going to push that off. The females hadn't moved into the banks at all yet, so I don't look for that really to kick off till later this week. That's about all I've got for you guys. Spoonbill on Truman. They've been hit real hard up there. Tally Bend up still. There's a few down in the main lake that push back. They actually come down out of the river, it seemed like, this week. Most of them was around from Roscoe down. I didn't hear any good reports at all up around Taborville. Pretty well all the guides was back down around Osceola and Tally Bend this week. So that's all I've got for you. I appreciate it, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one and good luck.